You guys, I have to share something with you that I have honestly fallen in love with. This year, through my blog, I was given the opportunity to try Bellamy's Aqua Lumiere. I have the hydrating serum, the hydrating cleanser, and the facial hydrating lotion, and I love every single piece. I suffer from super dry, textured skin, and it has oftentimes looked lifeless and dull. But since I've been using Bellamy twice a day for the past 3 to 4 months, I have become obsessed. My skin is firmer, my skin tone is even, it's bright and clear and soft, and it's amazing. If you haven't tried Bellamy's Clean Beauty, try it. People are raving about this product. You can try it today at bellamy.com/Emmadon.
All right. Well, welcome back, you guys, to another episode. Mommy Wines.
I'm your co-host, Emma Dawn.
And I'm Tara.
Welcome.
Hi, girl.
How are you?
Oh, my gosh.
How are you? I think we should just get right into
Let's do it. Let's
the main event here.
Chase.
And how is your wine that I picked up?
Okay. So I am a red drinker. And
I am not.
She is not. So she has a very large glass of delicious Moscato over there. And she's such a doll. She picked me up a bottle of some Pinot at the liquor store. Because remember, we live in Utah. Which we went on Christmas Eve. And it was the biggest shit show I had ever seen. But it was like organized shit show. Like everyone was like super calm, super orderly, standing in lines, being super patient. Like people who were there like in like duos were like taking turns, like standing in line and going and getting more stuff. We like chatted with the people behind us. I talked them into some of the Outlaw Distillery.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They're going to love you now.
Yeah, I talked them into getting the coffee rum so they could make drinks. And
now, you made drinks, right? You made like an express. What was that?
It was, so we made 2 different ones. I've been making hot white Russians, which is basically a cup of coffee, the coffee rum, the whipped vodka, and heavy whipping cream.
Nice.
And it's delicious. And then the other one my sister and I made is just more of like a classic. I guess it's a white Russian. I don't know. I don't know what it was called, but it was Outlaw Distillery whiskey.
The white or like the regular?
The regular, the bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
And then the coffee rum.
Because they do have they have a clear whiskey.
Is that the moonshine?
They have a moonshine, and I think they have a white whiskey.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
so
they're
Joe and I
cool.
bought the Groupon to go and do the tour.
No way!
We did. So we have to
Outlaw, you're welcome.
I know, right?
I'll leave their link in the description.
Yes. Because
maybe I should just keep it down there.
I think we should just keep it down there. Because
it's
they're kind of quickly starting to become a fave.
And they ship. And
which is rad.
I have a bunch of recipes that I've used with them.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is on the bottom of my blog's recipe page, where you can find those Outlaw recipes, I'll leave the states that they ship to.
Perfect.
And it's pretty much like most of them.
Everywhere except for Utah, of course. Right.
But if you're Utah, then you just
come and get it.
Well, you can have it shipped, like if you live in St. George.
Right.
You can have it shipped within state lines.
Oh, okay.
Or you can pick it up.
Cool. So, yeah, so then the other drink was their whiskey, the bourbon whiskey, the coffee rum, and the whipped vodka over ice with some heavy whipping cream. And it was fantastic because that extra little bit of the whiskey added such this like beautiful like spice flavor to it.
Their stuff is really authentically spicy. It was like the
really,
best way I can put it.
Really good. And I'm glad I only had one because it could have turned bad quickly in the sense that
my pool night.
Like your pool night.
Oh,
because the stuff is so like just smooth and delicious. So
you always keep it classy. Maybe I should just follow in your footsteps.
Oh, trust me, I've had plenty of nights where this gal has not been classy. Trust me.
Well, you know what? I was actually thinking of you the other day because Mike and I were out looking for some stuff, and we went to Home Goods. And at Home Goods, I saw a bunch of the Starbucks-style pumps for the flavored coffees
sure.
and whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wonder what she could create with some of these. Like,
Right?
I'm a sucker for hazelnut.
Oh, yeah. My husband loves hazelnut. I have fallen in love with, and I can't drink it because it's not keto, but there's one coffee creamer, and it's like this coconut caramel latte flavor, and it is so good.
So
good.
I have decided to give this keto bandwagon a little hop.
Girl.
We're going to try it out.
Yeah.
So Mike and I we had a gift card that we got for Christmas, so we went to Olive Garden for lunch.
That's not very keto.
Yeah, but I got Alfredo.
No pasta?
No, it was pasta.
No, you can't have pasta.
But I thought, like, cheese was keto.
It is, but you can't have any carbs.
Oh.
So if you were like,
Maybe
hey...
that's why the waitress was kind of like...
So if you ordered, like, broccoli with all the Alfredo and chicken and cheese, that would be keto. So broccoli in place of your pasta.
Oh, so I just can't have, like, Alfredo.
You can have Alfredo, just no pasta.
Oh. Okay, well, starting tomorrow, I'm going to hop on the keto bandwagon.
So, yeah, no pasta.
I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give
breads.
it 90 days.
It's fantastic.
And if I don't like it after 90 days, then girl, you're on your own.
Fine by me. More cheese for me.
Yeah, you've talked me into it, and I've been reading up on it. Obviously, not enough, but
right.
There's benefits, and it doesn't really look like it's going to be all that hard.
For lunch the other day, I literally ate salami, so I bought this cheese ball from Peterson's.
Is it like a cheese ball, like the orange with the almonds on the outside?
No, it's like a homemade, cream cheese, green onions, and something else cheese ball.
I am obsessed with those cheese balls that people get out. Like, I've always had them
the
on
wine
Thanksgiving.
Cheese or whatever they are.
Yes, the wine cheese with the almonds on the outside, and you get them with some crackers.
Yep.
So what about that? Crackers?
No crackers. So you could use celery.
Okay.
Or cucumbers. Or we also have just recently discovered pork rinds. So if you need that crunch.
Oh my god! So
high class.
So I was telling Mike because I was on Pinterest, sitting next to him on the sofa, and I was on Pinterest, looking up keto stuff and whatever. And because that's the place you go for all of your good information.
Everything.
That's Pinterest.
For all the things, you go to Pinterest.
And I was like, hey, do you want to do keto with me? Because he really wants to get fit too.
Sure.
He says all the time that he was so much better looking in Elko.
He's adorable, though.
I know. I'm obsessed with him. But I'm more attracted to him now than I was in Elko.
Oh, how funny.
I think it's just because our whole relationship is different.
Yes, all the circumstances.
But I was like, hey, let's do keto because he really wants to get fit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get fit always.
Right.
Keyword trying.
Every day. Trying.
Mentally. I've been mentally preparing myself for 2 years.
to get
fit.
Yes.
Now,
it's a ramp up.
Now it's time to do it.
Yeah. There's a ramp up phase, though.
I was okay. I was like, Tara's doing this whole keto thing. Let's try keto. And he's like, I can't just sit around and eat pork rinds all day.
But you can.
If you're doing keto.
If you're doing keto. Isn't that hilarious? And I have never, ever put a fucking pork rind in my face before. I did keto. And at first I was like, well, this tastes, it's like a fucking rice cracker.
I'm dying.
No dying.
Blooper.
But it's like a rice cracker. If you, they really don't taste like anything. So they're the perfect, crunchy thing for on keto because you can't really have crackers or bread or
I may
chips.
Try them. Maybe if they come in do they come in different flavors?
You can get them flavored. You have to kind of start to be a little bit label savvy and see oh, okay, well this barbecue flavored one has added sugar and the seasoning. So you kind of want to be careful about that. But
because not my proudest moment, but I used to be a bartender at this divey of all dive bars.
Yeah.
This bar did not even have a floor. It had like a subfloor, and you had to be really careful because like corners of it were lifting up.
Oh, God.
It had wood paneling from like the 1980s, and they just like painted over it.
As you do.
Like,
In a dive bar.
it was probably not my proudest moment, but I was really, back then, at that time of my life, I was really just taking a break and like waiting for maybe the tour season or something to come up. So I was just kind of checked out of my life, and you know, my $75 a day when I was like single, I didn't have any bills to pay.
Right?
I didn't have a kid. I was like, sure, like tax-free under the table.
Thanks.
I'll take it. But instead of pretzels, because they said pretzels were too expensive, they would keep pork rinds in bowls on top of the bar. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't.
They're not
I never had one.
They're not that bad. So I had never had one until I started keto. And I had one of these days where I was like, I just need like something crunchy, like a chip or a cracker or popcorn or something. And so I was looking like keto alternatives, right? And they're like, oh, well, you can do, like you could make your own crackers or whatever. And I was like, oh, bitch, that sounds terrible. I'm not making my own crackers. So then I read about pork rinds and I was like, okay, well, let's give it a go. So of course I kept it super high class because that's the way I roll. I went to the dollar store.
Do it.
And bought my pork rinds.
Dude, the dollar store has the best cheese curls and sour cream and onion potato chips.
Oh, I need to let Xavier know. He loves sour cream and onion chips.
They have the best. But you have to get the Family Dollar brand.
Right.
You can't get like
Lay's.
Ruffles at the dollar store.
Right.
No. You gotta You gotta go all out.
Yes.
Pay the 99 cents.
Right.
And get the family size bag. Of sour cream and onion chips.
So pork rinds. That's your crunchy. So, but for lunch the other day, I literally had like salami with like this cheese ball like hacked off, rolled up in the salami. Like that's what I ate for lunch. Like I eat like
so bad for you.
It's so good. So I think before the holidays hit, and I haven't like checked in with myself since then. That's what I call weighing in, by the way, is like checking in.
Do you have speaking of weighing in, I don't often get on a scale.
Right.
Because, you know,
it sucks.
It's fucking disappointing. Yes. Okay? Because I was talking to Mike the other day, and I was telling him about, we're just having, like, shower chats.
Sure.
Okay? And this is where we do all of our, like, deep conversations.
It's naked in the shower.
It's naked in the shower.
Perfect. As you should.
We were having this conversation. I was talking about how I really, really miss my old body.
Right.
Because I used to be
body.
Not even like a pre-baby body, but before I was traveling a lot and stuff, I had a killer body. And I never really worked out.
Right.
So I was like a size 3, size 2.
Yeah.
And I had giant boobs for my stature.
Yes.
I was like the same size I am now, but
the rest of you was tinier.
But yes, the rest of me was tinier, and my boobs were firm. Milo literally sucked the life out of my boobs.
They turn into like deflated balloons.
Yes, and it's very disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
But I was talking about it, I'm like, yeah, like I miss that. And I'm like, you know what? I want to have maybe one more kid, and then I don't care. I want a boob job, because people used to ask you the question, like, oh, what's your favorite thing about yourself?
Right.
And my pure, vainest moment was always when I answered, I have fucking great tits.
It's so funny, because I have never really paid much attention, but I had somebody recently tell me, like, just in general, that I have great tits. Okay, first of all, I don't know how they know that, but they know that. Whatever, I'll take it.
Spring break.
Really good bras. I don't know. But it's like, it's a part of my body that I've never really thought much about. I think
my God,
because as I like
love
gain
mine.
weight and lose weight, like they fluctuate so much that it's something that I never really pay that much attention to.
At my thinnest, mine were still like firm and lifted and perky.
Oh.
But at my heaviest,
Yeah.
it's like my boobs and my butt is where I gained weight
Right.
before having a kid.
Right. Right.
Which is not the worst place to gain weight when you're a size 2 waist.
Sure.
So, I just...
But I think mine has always been my legs.
Really?
Like, I feel like even when I gain weight and lose weight, like, I just always kind of have, like, these, like...
Oh, that's the part you like.
That I like, yes.
Oh, yeah, you do have great legs.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, look, wait.
No.
Huh? Did you see my face?
I know,
I was like, yo, bitch, don't say a nasty thing about your legs. But no, if that's the thing you like, then yeah, like it.
Always.
You have great legs.
Thank you. Like, I've always been, like, super, like, I've felt confident about my legs.
Even when we were sitting there the other day with Aaron Bradley from Zaya Active.
Oh, yeah.
You were like, oh, do you have leggings that'll fit a tall person? And I'm like, girl, I got you. Because I can only wear the 7/8 and up. So like 7/8 crops, capris. Look at the capris on me right now.
Yeah, they're like full leggings.
They're full freaking leggings on me because I'm not the biggest person.
You don't have long legs.
In the world. So these, like the capris, are a 7/8 on a regular person. So I'm like, girl, you have so many options. You have like full leg leggings.
Yes.
Which there's some designs that I love that come in like a full legging. And I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, they're
like
going to be too long.
Scrunchy, air quote, leggings? Like the scrunchy butt ones?
Oh my God, I saw those on the catalog the other day.
Oh my God.
They're
I want them
cute.
so bad.
Super cute.
But like they're going to be scrunchy at the bottom for me.
Yeah.
But not you.
Right. So what so keto in shape.
We were talking about your wine review.
Oh God, yeah. Shit. Guys. Sorry, not sorry. Okay.
We do this.
We kind of scroll off sometimes. And I feel like this is the episode that we should be able to scroll off.
We had a really hard week.
We had a really rough weekend.
And before we talk about our personal peaks and pits and our podcast peaks and pits, why don't you finish telling people what you think of your gnarly head?
So this is the gnarly head Pinot Noir that you picked up for me from the liquor store. And so
Let me taste it.
Yes. So I, again, quote unquote, grew up drinking Pinots. Oh God, that's not a good face, honey buns.
Mm.
Oh goodness.
I'll stick with my $5 Moscato.
That was cute. Oh,
girl,
we need to live stream this more often.
I know.
That was classic.
That was a good one.
So I quote unquote kind of grown up on Oregon Pinots. That's kind of what. Not even kind of. That is completely what Oregon is known for, is their Pinot Noirs.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Just
learning anything every day.
The environment, the moisture, the ground, the soils, like the topography. That's a word.
Is it?
I think it is.
I couldn't imagine. Like when you think of like produce, and every time like I've seen like videos of vineyards and things. Because I wanted to release a wine of my own a long time ago. Yeah. So I did a lot of research. Yeah. And there's always these, like, misting machines.
Yes.
And you think of Oregon, and it's, like, rainy and cloudy and whatever. Mm-hmm. It's probably, like, natural. They don't need a misting machine to force it.
I have never seen a misting machine at a vineyard in Oregon. So because that's what Oregon is misty.
It is very misty.
So I have grown up on Oregon Pinots. So that is what I've grown to love. It's what I've just really kind of gravitated towards because I like the reds. Some of the big reds are great, but this is just a really nice medium red. It's not big and heavy. So this one is from California, and it's really, really funny how different the Oregon wines, the Oregon Pinots, from the California Pinots can be so different.
So you saw my face when I took a sip of that.
Yes.
Would that same face happen with an Oregon Pinot?
Well, it's hard to say. So I feel like the California Pinots are a little bit more what they call fruit forwards. They're a little bit more fruity.
That was hard. I'm not like a red person, but there's been red wines that I really, really like.
Yeah. So I feel like this is a little bit more fruit forward.
So for someone who really likes reds, that would be a good bet or no?
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's different than what I'm used to, but it's totally drinkable. I mean, I'm almost all the way done through my first glass, so I have no complaints.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you like it.
I do.
I noticed the label because a friend of mine that's like the gnarly head wines are his favorite.
That's awesome. So I've had one of their other wines.
In the Apothecary, I think is it?
Yes, that's another good one too.
Those are good.
Yeah. So I feel like I've had a gnarly head. I want to say it was like a Syrah or maybe like a Tempranillo or a Malbec, but like a bigger red of theirs before. But I had never had their Pinot, so it's not bad.
There you go.
It's totally drinkable.
Drinkable. There you go.
Totally drinkable. So we'll leave some info in the comment or in the links, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting like a little description of the wines that we do in the wine review, along with a link to all of their websites.
Perfect.
And if I can find that wine on Wine Access, or you can always get similar wines in a wine delivery box. So if you live outside of Utah, unlike us, you can sign up for Wine Access. It is a wine subscription, and if you use our link in the description box below, then you get $30 off your first order.
You say that, and every time I think to myself, in my head, that's a free bottle of wine, at least.
Well,
and also my kind of subscription box.
If you are a cheap, basic, like me, that's like 3 bottles of wine. Because all I do is drink $10 bottles of Moscato.
And you know what? Do you, girl?
I'm doing it.
Do it.
I'm going to be my best self in 2019.
Yeah, you are.
Which I think now we should kind of comprehend and really think deep about the things that we want to manifest for ourselves and our projects that we are always working on.
I know.
Working on so hard.
So hard.
Yeah. So this week, you guys, if you follow my Instagram, just at Emma_Dawn, you would have seen some really disappointing news on my Instagram story.
It was terrible.
So we were able to sit down, and thankfully she's understanding.
She's amazing.
Yeah, we sat down with probably like the greatest person ever.
She's so great.
Erin Bradley she is the CEO and founder of Zaya Activewear. And our complete audio.
Which, can I just say that recording was probably the most flawless.
It was freaking perfect.
It was flawless.
We could have done a live video with that recording.
It was fantastic.
I edited out maybe 8 of my own ums. That was it. That was the only thing.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was flawless. But when I got home and I went to go edit, I edited it. It was saved perfectly. Once I was finished editing and I went to go save the finished, produced product, it said files could not be found.
Which is literally like the worst thing you could read.
The most vague and worst pop-up notification that you can get for any kind of computer.
Oh my god.
Files cannot be found. Where the hell did they go?
Right? Like they just disappeared.
And then, so I downloaded the Audacity recovery software.
Yep.
And recovered them and worked a day and a half, Tara and I.
Yep.
Tara came over in like an emergency situation.
Literally, dinner's in the oven. And I look at my husband and I was like, oh my God, I gotta go. Like, this is bad. Like, this is really bad. And
I was losing my mind.
So I literally, in my slippers and my sweatpants and my coat, like a homeless person, jump in the car and like book it over to Emma's house. And I don't know, hours.
We were recovering audio files 6 seconds at a time.
Guys.
But not all of them.
No.
Because I tried to go ahead and piece the show together 6 seconds at a time.
6 seconds at a time.
Now, this was a 56-minute episode.
Right. So do the math, y'all.
Come on now. Just kill me.
That's not okay.
But not all of the files were recovered.
No.
And also, there was a sharp sound.
It was like a scratch.
Like a scratchy
almost.
sound.
Yeah, like
at the beginning.
when you put the needle on a record. Okay,
Yes.
maybe not everybody is old enough to even know what a fucking record is.
I'm obsessed with vinyl.
So, yes, so when you put that needle on and it's that
scratchy sound,
yes.
That was at the beginning of every 6 seconds.
Terrible, guys.
We finally have a awesome,
amazing
special guest. Not that your sister's not amazing, but that's going to be a blooper episode.
Oh my God.
For y'all.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. But yeah, we had this really awesome co-host, and of course, that's the episode.
That's the episode. And not only did we have an awesome co-host, but the recording was flawless. Like, I just want to say, like...
we were very professional.
We were super professional. I didn't drop a single F-bomb.
I know. I don't think I did either.
Like...
So we're not putting on a show for you guys.
No.
It was literally just an honest, slightly, very minimally guided outline of a show.
Yes.
And it was really just a chit-chat
about... It was like a beautiful conversation with this awesome, amazing woman who has started this company. And it was really great. It was a really great conversation.
One of the things that I really loved was hearing the, like, thought process behind Zaya.
Yes.
And I really love how Erin Bradley is so one of those women who are for women.
Yes.
Supporting women and empowering women.
Yes.
Lifting them up.
Yes.
I almost got emotional.
Can we just say, though, #teaser? Because the good news is...
So I explained to her our technical difficulties.
Also known as snafu.
You know, we're beginners here.
Yeah.
We're not podcast pros, you know.
We're not pros by any stretch of the imagination.
We are trying to do just the best we can to entertain you, to bring you incredible content, helpful tips, and just insights on motherhood and lifestyle. And we do that every week. But we're not professionals.
No.
You know?
No.
So we had some technical difficulties, and I reached out to her, and I said, and I was just like real honest about it. I was like, hey, this is what happened.
Right.
Are you willing to re-record?
Yeah.
And, you know, redo our episode?
Yeah.
And we're not going to obviously try to recreate the entire episode, I think. But, you know, she was our first special guest.
Yeah.
This was her first ever podcast.
Yeah.
So I think it's really going to be helpful for all of us.
Yeah.
Because maybe we can just take a look at it and be like, okay, that was a trial run.
Yeah.
Moving on. Maybe this episode is going to be even more flawless.
Right.
This is going to be like the perfect 10 of podcasts.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because now we're like, okay, that wasn't so bad.
This is how you have someone on your podcast.
There you go.
We did that.
Did it?
Trial run over.
Check that box.
Done. Yes. So,
and speaking of checking boxes.
Yes.
How about we discuss some of the things that we really want to manifest for our personal life, our professional lives.
I love it.
And maybe even some little podcast manifestations.
Yeah, I love it.
We have a busy calendar this month.
We have a crazy busy calendar, and it's super exciting.
It is.
Because we've got some really exciting stuff coming up, you guys. So
do.
you have to subscribe. You have to follow us.
Yes.
I have gotten some amazing feedback on our social media. People are
Really?
eating up our Instagram.
Our Instagram, every time I look at it, so you guys, Instagram is my favorite social media.
Love it.
But I am not like the Instagram guru as Tara is. So she handles all of our Instagram posts and promotions and things like that. So every time that I like sneak over and just take a peek, our followers are up by hundreds at a time.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane. Like, people are eating it up right now.
Love it.
It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. It's so
Instagram's
much
the
fun.
best.
It's so much fun. And so I went and got my hair trimmed over the weekend, and even my hairdresser was like, you guys crack me up.
She listens to our show.
She listens to our show. She
No way.
follows us on Instagram.
That's awesome.
And she's like, you guys crack me up. She's
she
like,
should be a guest.
I know. We have to invite her on because she's like literally the cutest. And her husband are remodeling in a classic vintage Airstream.
Shut up.
So we totally have to have her on to talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but she was like, you guys crack me up. And I was like, good. Like, that's what we're going for. Like, this isn't scripted. This isn't obviously. This isn't written out. It's not pre-planned. Like, this is just real mom, female life.
I love that before we record every episode, we talk about the topics that we might want to cover.
Right.
And normally it's like 3 things.
Right.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Maybe, like, I've thought about it. I was like, maybe we should be more put together. Maybe we should be a little bit more buttoned up and professional. But I'm like, girl, nah.
No, that's not us.
That's not us.
That's not us.
We do that all week.
All day long.
And
I do buttoned up professional from 8 to 5, maybe 6, 7. 5 days a week.
I don't. And I hope my boss doesn't listen to this. But I'm self-employed, so
yeah.
I'm so freelance, but my job is also very stressful because it's expanding at a rate that I really wasn't expecting, especially in my first year.
Which is rad.
It is. I know.
But it's scary, too.
Yes.
It's stressful. It's all the things.
I feel like 2019 is going to be my year.
Yeah.
But currently, right now, I feel like one of those chubby little hamsters that are, like, on the wheel.
On the wheel.
And, like, somebody's just, like, dangling one of those, like, wooden carrots.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, my God.
I
want to get off the wheel. But, like, I can't because it's going to be so good.
It's going to be so good.
So, when we sat down with Erin Bradley, she was telling us about the first year she opened Zaya.
Yeah.
And she was saying how she couldn't stay on that pace forever.
No, it's not sustainable.
So maybe 2019 is my first year of Zaya.
Yeah.
Just different.
Yeah, just different.
Completely.
And I feel like we're already kind of on that path because January is crazy busy for us. We've got a lot of really, like, super awesome content coming, which I'm so excited about.
We sure do.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, if we just keep, like, manifesting and multiplying that, like, 2019 is going to kick ass for this podcast, which is so exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting.
For the podcast,
which can we plug really quick?
We also, absolutely.
Our merch.
Oh, yes. So we have been releasing, we did our first round of merch, and this is all going to be through Bonfire.
Yep.
So if you're not familiar with Bonfire, Bonfire runs 21-day campaigns. So our first round, the bigger sips, I am going to re-release.
Good.
Along with our newest merch, which is the Mountain Moms.
It's so cute, you guys.
It has a little mountain logo. The year we established our podcast, which is 2018.
Yep. Which is funny.
Because it's 2019, so it's like...
Already we're in year 2.
Yeah. Kind of. But
sorta.
Yeah. I was super nostalgic about that the other day.
It's really cute, too.
And it has a little UT
Yep.
On the other side for Utah, which is where we both are.
Yeah. So it's a hoodie and it's a t-shirt.
Yes, a hoodie and a t-shirt.
A handful of color options. I think I ended up getting the powder blue.
Yeah, you got light blue. Yes. I got gold.
Which is super cute, too.
And so they didn't have a medium. They had a small. Currently. Bonfire restocks their own products in their own time. But I actually might cut the hood off and kind of like J-Lo, like 80s workout style, and then have the pocket in the front because the crew cut sweatshirts don't have a pocket.
They don't. And I got the crew bigger sips.
I did too.
And I've been contemplating, since we're bringing it back, going 80s style on my current.
And yes.
And then grabbing a new one.
Yes.
Fresh.
Do it.
And clean.
So I will leave the link to all of our merch down below.
Get it, guys.
It's awesome.
And super affordable.
It's affordable.
For super cute, comfy stuff.
And by supporting our merch and rocking our apparel, we're able to bring you this podcast every week for free.
Yeah.
So love the things we love. And I worked really hard on designing that.
You killed it. High five, girl. You killed it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
I love that we get to balance each other out, like with, like, I've got like the social media on lockdown. You've got like the graphic design on lockdown. You do the editing. We do like the promos, the Instagram lives, and I love how balanced this is.
And surprisingly, for two females, there hasn't been like any kind of like turf war or like whatever.
No, because again, this is something that I feel like I try to manifest like throughout my life, not just in 2019, not just for my personal life, not just for my business, but just like across the board, is the mantra of your vibe attracts your tribe. And I feel like when you connect with somebody and you resonate with somebody at such a level that you don't have to worry about that kind of BS.
Right.
It's effortless.
You know, I feel like the end of 2018 and going into this new year, that is my whole thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen all over social media about life balance and 2019 is the year for balance and a balanced lifestyle and a balanced relationship.
Right.
And balanced business. And I'm going to get more into business and professional related topics on a new project that I'm releasing this year.
Awesome.
So definitely make sure to subscribe to this podcast and to my blog.
Yes.
But I feel like the same way with when I met you. It was like this instant thing.
Yeah.
With Mike, it was like an instant thing.
Right.
And his family, like, his family's the first family to ever like me.
I cannot wait to meet his family someday because I feel like I will love them.
I was trying to do some Christmas. This is my text. Okay, by the way. I included you and everybody, like Steph and Mike and his brother, into this group text message, like, what was it, like the week before Christmas?
Yep.
And I was like, you guys, let's go do Christmas shit.
Yeah, let's go do this stuff.
I was like in the mood to like go do Christmas. But what I really want to do, and I think it would be a great opportunity for all of us to kind of blend together, is they have a Heber Creeper.
Like a bar crawl?
I wish.
Oh.
It is a train in Heber City.
Fun.
And it's like, they do it like up the mountain and whatever, and they have it for Christmas, and it's going into the end of January. So I think we should do like a North Pole, it's like North Pole themed in the winter.
Yeah.
I think we should do something like that. It's kid friendly, family friendly.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've never heard of it.
Nope. Sure haven't. But I'm down.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I think, and I was actually considering this the other day. I was driving in Saratoga Springs, and I saw a sign for 1 free week of CrossFit.
Oh.
And you know what crossed through my mind? not doing CrossFit, but...
Because, no.
Right. If I had the ability or desire to lift a semi-truck tire...
Those bitches are heavy, just so you know.
I just...
Super heavy.
No. But I think me and you should do one thing a month that's weird. Like,
yeah.
That's just out of our comfort zone.
Totally down.
Like, I think we should just get together once a month and try to, like, do some sort of activity, whether it be, like, something family-related.
Yeah.
Or something where we can kind of escape and just kind of maybe, I don't know. I saw CrossFit, and then I'm like, okay, maybe not CrossFit.
Maybe what about,
but,
like, a yoga
kickboxing.
retreat?
Yes.
Let's be real.
Anything that ends in the word retreat, I'm about it.
Yeah.
I'm about that life.
Yeah.
And, okay, so let's get into our peaks and our pits.
Yes.
So, my peak this week. Should I start with my peak or do my pit?
Your call, girl.
Okay. I'm going to give you the good news first.
Awesome.
Because I received a spa certificate from Mike's sister Steph for Christmas. And it was so funny because she had a couple friends of hers over.
Yeah.
Like a couple that are friends.
Got it.
Okay. Sorry. Over to her house the other day. And Mike and Milo and we all stopped over and we were all kind of hanging out. And she was talking about going to some kind of spa or like, I know they're going to they're vacationing together in Mexico. So I think maybe she was talking about that together. But I walked in the room and I'm like, girl, you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
So,
hell yeah.
It's funny because on Christmas, I just opened up like a red envelope.
Yeah.
And it was from her and it was a day spa certificate.
So amazing.
It was. And trust me, after the week I just had, I seriously needed it.
You deserved that.
I did.
Yes.
So I upgraded for like an additional $20 to a 90-minute.
Nice.
So like a half hour for $20. Like I'm gonna do that.
Totally.
And it was incredible. I totally zoned out, and it was just kind of an hour and a half to where I didn't have a toddler biting me, pinching me, screaming, crying, whining.
Oh my God.
Which brings me into my pit. Milo has been a shit circus.
Yes. Yes.
By the way, if you don't know what that word is, Google it.
It's a thing. Usually centered around toddlers.
No joke. It has been the worst parenting week of my life.
And we all have them, though. That's the thing, right?
We do.
You just have to remember that. Like,
I'm not just saying my kid sucks.
No.
This week he did.
I mean, my kids suck. Like, on average.
Corbin hates me.
Corbin hates everyone. He's perpetually disgruntled.
Xavier now thinks I'm probably his hero.
You're the coolest girl he's ever met.
Halo 3 rocks.
Yes. So, no, but we all have that. We all go through it. It's part of life. It's part of parenting. It's part of toddlerhood. Like, they just suck sometimes.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
You know, I was really concerned, and I still am. Obviously, if Milo's dad, if this is the first episode you're turning into, obviously I want our co-parenting situation to work.
Of course.
But there has been so many things in the past that, you know, like, super make me, like, concerned.
Right.
But this week, I have been, like, so many times in my head, and maybe a couple times out loud, I cannot wait for you to go to your dad's.
Yes. What you guys can't see right now is me nodding.
Yeah, a lot of nods.
It's because it is
heavy nods.
Heavy nods. Because it is so real. I feel like when you get that as a single mom, when you get that taste of like freedom, even though that freedom is not perfect, in the sense that you miss the shit out of your kid.
Last weekend I did. I was in
You're
tears.
worried. It's the first. But when you get that taste of freedom of like, oh my gosh, like you can actually breathe for a minute. You can like do stuff without somebody needing you for one damn minute.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, hashtag single mom life. Like,
Right.
For the win.
Yeah, that's my life.
Yes.
And it's been great. Like, I have Mike's help, and he's
fantastic.
He's fantastic with him. I am a little jelly because I feel like Milo likes Mike more.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a given.
I feel like everybody likes Mike more than me, but
my boys like my husband more than me. It's fine.
Whatever.
Especially this morning when I was like crazy mom mode trying to get him out the door.
Well, that's fine. Then they can just go and like each other. I mean, you can have more time to talk and drink wine. So, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Fine. Like him more.
Fine.
I don't care.
Whatever. Don't care.
Whatever. Fine. I only gave birth to you, but okay. Fine.
It's fine. Hashtag it's fine.
But it's been a hard toddler week, you guys.
Yeah.
A hard week.
Yeah.
And
feel you. Been there, done that.
Bedtime battles, meltdowns,
yes.
tantrums, whining, nonstop. Okay. Yesterday, not only was I trying to recover and finish, salvage and finish all of the editing that I could possibly even do until I found out that there was no saving the Aaron Bradley original episode.
Right.
Milo walked into my room at 6:30 in the morning.
No.
And he cried until the time he went to bed.
No.
And I looked at him at like noon. And I was like, is it fun to cry? Like, are you enjoying this? Like, is this is this fun for you?
Right.
Like, why? Why is this happening?
Right.
And he just looks at me and says, no.
And continues to cry, right?
Punches me.
Oh, sure.
Runs away. And then goes and throws a fit and cries in his room.
Sure. Yes. Toddlers are terrible.
To themselves. Like, they're, like, he's causing all this chaos.
They're the worst. And here's the thing. Like, I strongly believe that it is 100% okay to say that your children are behaving like assholes when they behave that way.
He was a total asshole.
Because here's the deal. They're being assholes. That term does not cross the age, right? My husband can be an asshole. I can be an asshole. So can my kids. Because it's just human nature. It's a part of just like human being nature. And
he was an asshole.
They're assholes. They can
100%.
They can be assholes.
And now I'm like, okay, I've only spent like one time away from Milo.
Right.
And Mike and I were over delivering. Guys, don't judge me. Actually, you're not going to judge me.
Nobody cares.
Judge Mike. Because we were out delivering Christmas presents today.
It's after Christmas, guys.
Okay.
Just in case anyone was confused about the date.
It's January 7th. Okay. These presents have been sitting in my laundry room since before Christmas.
Fine.
So, okay, we're out delivering Christmas presents
New Year's
today.
Presents.
New Year's presents.
Yes.
Here's a Michael Kors wallet. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You know what? Here's the thing, though.
Let me scratch off Merry Christmas and the snowman on your gift bag and just write Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. By the way, for any of my friends and family listening, you didn't get a Christmas card. You're not getting a New Year's card. But our family pictures and Xavier's school pictures are coming out for Valentine's Day. So
okay, there you go.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Fail. Don't care.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But we were out doing that today. His expired Christmas presents.
I love that.
And one of the wives, so he got all of the wives' wallets.
Okay.
And he has a fairly large group of friends. So there's been, like, 7 gift bags taking up space in my laundry room. So we were delivering those today, and we stopped at Pam's.
Right.
And so we're giving her her present and whatever, and she's like, oh, I was hoping I was really going to meet Milo today when you guys called. And we're like, yeah, about that? No.
No.
First of all, you have pets, and you have a small child, and my toddler son is a terrorist. So I'm not gonna, like,
so much no.
expose
No.
your home to that kind of assault. Mm-hmm. Because he has been, I don't know if it's toddlerhood, because
Yes.
Milo seems to be a very easily adjustable baby, you know? So I don't know if it's like last weekend he went to his dad's and this was the first weekend that he was back with me. I don't know if he even recognizes that.
I mean, it could be. There could be, like, some elements of that there.
Maybe.
But also, toddler.
He
is also a toddler.
He was a
They're
hell
terrible.
demon, you guys.
Yeah.
Seriously, if I should have brought out my camera and I could be like the next poltergeist.
Oh, no, easily. My children
Blair Witch Project.
They literally bring out the worst in me. But then they do something just so damn sweet. Like, Mommy, can I just have, like, 10 hugs?
Corbin does that every time, and it melts my heart. I'm so irritated sometimes between him and Milo because they're pretty similar.
Sure.
I think they're similar in the fact that they'll do, like, 3 assholey things and then 1 super cute thing.
Yes. Even the 12-year-old does it like that.
Yeah.
So it's just hashtag mom life.
Mom life, y'all.
Mom life.
So those are my exhausting peaks and pits this week. Let's get into yours, and then let's end the episode on the things that we really want to manifest this year.
I love it. So let's see here. So I think my peak of this last week was, for the first time in probably 4 years, Joe and I mean, we took the boys, which was fine because we went to a mutual friend's house.
Nice.
For New Year's Eve.
Oh, shut
And it was like the first time we had done something for New Year's Eve in a while. So
I was going to talk to you about that. So did you go to Laura's?
We went to Laura's.
Okay, you, and Joe, and everybody?
Me, Joe, the boys, and Leslie and her husband and her kids were there, and...
Now, they're all married, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Laura... When I met Laura, she was talking about running a marathon.
Laura was?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's cool, though. She does corporate photography here in Salt Lake.
And she's fantastic. And she had this little photo booth set up. So she's purchased...
I saw those!
Oh my gosh. So Corbin figured out how to operate the photo booth all by himself. And wow. I literally stood there for probably 5 minutes watching him, like, just be in this, like, photo booth.
Take, like, 500 selfies?
It was the cutest thing.
Oh, my God.
Ever. And the next day we woke up and, like, all of the prints were, like, out on the counter. And he was like, Mom, when are we going to go back and do more of that? And is, like, pointing to, like, oh my God, they're so cute.
Hashtag LA kid.
Oh my God.
He's going to be in Hollywood.
So cute.
Maybe Corbs will live in West Hollywood.
Maybe.
We can go visit him.
Yes. So
let's hope.
That was my peak. That was super fun. And again, we just haven't done New Year's in a really long time. So it was great to...
I know, we talked about that, I think, in the last episode.
I know.
How we are...
We had no plans, and then I had plans, and...
You invited me.
I did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry I didn't go.
Yes. But I'm also jelly that you were in bed at, like, a reasonable hour. Because we didn't get home until 1 o'clock in the morning.
I was in bed by 10.
I was hurting the next day. And mostly just from the lack of sleep. than anything else.
Well, okay, so New Year's Eve weekend was the weekend that Milo first spent with his dad, and his dad actually ended up dropping him off early.
Right.
I don't know if maybe he had some fancy-pantsy New Year's Eve plans. Maybe he found some south of the railroad tracks trailer park princess to date him.
I mean, guy, get it? Get it.
But he ended up having me pick up Milo early, and Milo was on a whole nother level.
Yep. Yeah.
And I just, I didn't want to, you know what, I'm lazy. I didn't want to drive all the way out there, have my kid be a shithead, and then have to drive all the way back.
Right. Fair. It's fair. It's fair.
Really, that's like all it was. I don't have anything against Laura, or like, I really actually wanted to go. Mike and I talked about it quite a bit. About like maybe
get it.
He's like, we'll be late, but maybe we could just like get dressed and go. And I'm like, you know what? Like,
if you're not feeling it,
I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, just don't do it.
But don't stop inviting me.
Hell no.
Because one of these days, my kid won't be a terrorist.
It's all good, girl. We've all been there.
He's going to be in school.
All been there. We have all been there. Trust me.
I know. I felt really bad.
Yeah. I mean, of course we missed you, but don't. I mean, it wasn't.
Thanks.
Of course. Let's see here. So my pit. Oh, so I had to take Corbin to the dentist on Thursday.
God. Did you go to Little People's?
We didn't. We went to Jacobson's. Something.
Little People's Dentistry is doing a $50 gift card promotion.
Oh my God, that's amazing. No, so we went to Jacobson's. They're just up the street, and he ended up with like a mouthful of fillings. So much so that the dentist was like, there's enough here that we should just sedate him so we can get them all filled. Now, this isn't the first time he's been sedated. When he was like 18 months, he fell and split his lip open and needed 4 stitches in his face. So at the ER, we had to sedate him to get stitches in his face. So I was I was already familiar with the process, already knew kind of like what it was going to be like, what it was going to look like, how it was all going to go down. But it still is just, like, as a mama, to watch your baby, like, have to go through, like, that whole thing.
I've watched enough botched and, like, nip tuck. It scares the hell out of me to look at people who are under anesthesia.
So it's really funny because it's basically like him, like, falling asleep. So
he's like dead looking.
Yes.
It's super creepy.
So they sedated him, and can I just say, though, that the dentist that I just happened to randomly pick is quite handsome.
Ooh.
Also, so is the anesthesiologist.
Hello, General Hospital.
And so I was sitting in the lobby, like, holding my baby, who's just recently been sedated, and, like, the anesthesiologist comes back and, like,
why are you in the lobby?
Scoops him up out of my arms, and, like, it was, like, this whole thing, and I was like, I'm married. I'm a married woman. My husband's amazing. Like, what am I doing? Like,
you have, like, 6 rings on your finger, girl. You're beyond married. You're, like, sister wife, but you're the only wife. Like, look at your finger right now. If that's not a ball and chain, I don't know.
So, anyways, so he's so handsome. Anyways, so he goes back, he gets all of his fillings. So I sit in the lobby, I like hop on my laptop, I do some work, and then they come back, they're like, all right, he's ready. So I go back and I sit with them. So it just, even though it was all super fine and
you're just distracted about how handsome these sexy men are.
So if anyone in the Riverton area needs a pediatric dentist with, like, that's easy on the eye, Jacobson Dentistry is where it's at, just so you know.
There you go. There's your free shout out.
There's your plug.
Be a sponsor of the podcast, why don't you? And
but it was it's sad to know that, like, he had to go through all of that. He had a mouthful of fillings put in, coughed up $200 to get this all done. And really what it boils down to is my husband and I are just really shitty at taking care of our kids' teeth.
Dude, okay.
That's really what it boils down to.
Don't feel bad, because I have literally sat on Milo's chest with both of his arms underneath my legs
To brush their teeth.
holding his jaw
Yes.
in one hand and brushing his teeth that are now pried open with the other.
Yes.
And, you know, some kids are amazing. Some kids, like, maybe some of you moms out there are listening to our podcast and you think we are the worst parents.
Judge
Some of
away.
you might be listening and are like, oh my God, my kid is an angel and they brush their teeth twice, maybe even 3 times a day.
I'm willing to bet right now, I'm willing to bet 4 bottles of wine that there are no mamas listening to this podcast right now who are like, my children are angels. That's not happening.
If that's the truth, take that toothbrush and fucking shove it. Because
yes, please do.
Getting my toddler to brush his teeth. Speaking of my pit, okay, this week I gave my toddler an option to where he could either brush his teeth or take a bath. Because there's not doing both of those in my house currently.
No.
He's just not having it, and it breaks my heart every time I literally have to, like, physically restrain my child like he's being entered into the psych ward.
Yes. For teeth brushing.
Just to freaking brush his teeth with toothpaste, by the way, that tastes like cotton candy.
Yes.
My toothpaste is organic, non-paraben, non-SLS, non-sulfate, all the garbage, and it tastes like charcoal.
You need to get you some doTERRA On Guard toothpaste.
I know.
Because that's the shiz.
I'm just waiting for all the garbage to be, like, used up in my house, and then I'm going to order some.
Also, that bowl crap doesn't end. Because I still, at the age of 12, have to battle with Xavier to brush his damn teeth.
When can you bungee cord your children to the sink in the bathroom, or to a thing that I can assemble in my shower where I can just, like, bungee cord my children into it?
No, there's not. And so the battle ensues.
You know what was great? I used to have a Bernese Mountain Dog.
That's a lot of hair.
That's a big dog. Okay, it's a big dog for people who don't know. But you know what was great? Is one of those removable, like, handicap shower heads.
Yes.
Maybe I could just shove my toddler into the shower and just, like, hose him down like a dog. You know what?
So when we lived in the RV, before that, Corbin had only ever taken a bath. And so when we moved into the RV, we're like, oh shit, like, there's no bathtub here. But it had one of the removable, like, shower head style showers in it. So you could
like,
pull it
shove
down.
him in there.
So, like, either Joe or I would get in there with him, and we would pull it down and hand it to him, and he loved it.
Really?
Like, he loved it. He loved that he could, like, control it, and he would be able to, like, put it on his head, and
see, it was
fantastic. It was a great, like, shift for him to have, like, control over his bath time and his shower time. I mean, granted, then there was, like, water everywhere.
You know.
But it's the small price to pay to have a happy baby.
Motherhood is
toddler.
sacrifice.
It really is. Every day.
And in the Elko condo, where Milo and I lived before we moved to Salt Lake City,
right,
we installed one of those.
Yes.
And it was incredible.
Yeah, they're great. They're fantastic. And
hose them off like a dog.
Seriously. It's great. And so when we stayed at my parents' house in Oregon over Thanksgiving, they had a similar one in their shower, like in their guest shower. And so Corbs and I just, like, hopped in the shower together.
I feel like everybody over the age of 50 has one of those.
Yes.
And if you don't, and you're under the age of 50,
just get one.
Seriously, get one. They're, like, the greatest thing ever.
Seriously. And I feel like that could come up in like a future podcast topic where maybe we talk about like sex and removable shower heads.
Our very first episode that we ever did
talked
together.
About sex.
We talked about sex.
We need to bring that back. We need to bring the sex back.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be a very special episode because there have been some things that have come up in my personal life that maybe I can talk to you about.
I think we should. I like to talk about sex.
Let's do it.
I'm good at it. Talking about sex.
Really? Wink, wink, you guys. No wonder Joe put 6 rings on that finger. Hopefully, next week's episode will be
The fabulous,
edited,
adorable
flawless.
Erin Bradley.
Yes.
Please subscribe. Stay tuned.
Make sure you also
Follow us.
subscribe to the Mommy Wines podcast on YouTube.
Yes.
I've also submitted our podcast for approval to iTunes.
What?
You guys have been begging for iTunes.
Let's do this. That's
And
like big time. That's like big time.
Don't toot my horn.
That's like big time. Like I'm pumped. I'm pumped about that.
I'm super excited. You guys, I sent Tara a text with a picture and she's like, no way.
No,
Really?
it was like a video. You're like,
Yeah. Like I sent you the video of me like submitting our podcast to iTunes.
And it's like you successfully submitted it for review.
I know.
So exciting.
We'll see what they say. But for now, subscribe to the Mommy Wines podcast official YouTube channel along with podcast.com.
And follow us out on Instagram at Mommy Wines Podcast. And then, of course, on Facebook at Mommy Wines Podcast. You're going to get your daily dose of humor and real-life mom life.
With all this chatter of Zaya, if you're interested in hosting a party, I have 3. Sorry, y'all. I had 4, but Tara took 1.
I sure did, y'all.
I have 3 spots available the rest of this month for parties.
Get on it.
But if you are wanting to just full-blown go be a Zaya rep, get your rep discount on activewear that you're already loving or already going to love.
Can't wait.
Go to myzaya.com/Emmadon. Click the Join tab.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for my party. I cannot wait to share these badass leggings with some people that I know. And then, of course, get my own. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I can't wait for you to get your own leggings because I'd really love for you to stop rubbing me.
That's a fact.
Just saying. Okay. So, bye, guys.
Bye, you guys.
See you next week.
Have a good one.